Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister for Families and Social Services. Will the Minister update the House on how the government is supporting senior Australians through our social security and welfare system? Is the Minister aware of any different approaches that would not achieve the same result?
The Minister for Families and Social Services.
Well, I do thank the member for Barara, who's been a very strong advocate for fair and appropriate support for senior Australians. And of course, 11,000 of his constituents in the electorate of Barara receive the age pension. Nationally, around 2.478 million Australians receive the age pension. And since the coalition came to power, pensions have increased by $99 per fortnight for singles and over $144 for couples. And of course, on the 20th of September, so just in a few days' time, the age pension will rise again, $8.70 per fortnight for a single, $13.20 per fortnight for a couple. And so, in a whole range of ways, Mr Speaker, the Morrison Government is supporting older Australians through our social security and welfare system. Firstly, through the regular increases in the age pension, as I have spoken about. Secondly, in building a sustainable social services and welfare system so that Australians can know, they can be confident that if they need the age pension, that it is there for them, that it is funded. You know, under the Labor government, Mr Speaker, between 2007 and 2013, social security and welfare spending was rising by 6.2% a year, almost twice the rate at which revenue was rising. That is not sustainable. You cannot sustain that kind of divergence. We've turned it round, and we now have social security and welfare spending rising at a rate which is less than the rate at which tax revenue is rising. That means the system is sustainable. That means that when Australians turn to rely on social services, the funding is there. Of course, Mr Speaker, we've also rebalanced the system to make it better targeted, and what that has meant is that over 165,000 age pensioners with more modest assets are now receiving an average $25 more in pension per fortnight. We've provided more choice for senior Australians by extending the pension work bonus, and we've made it clear that the proposed increase in the pension age beyond Labor's legislated age of 67 will not be proceeded with. The alternative, Mr Speaker, I'm asked about the alternative. The alternative is very clear. Labor's retiree tax, a disgraceful attack on people who have saved, and a measure which disgracefully hits low-income holders of shares very hard compared to high-income owners of shares. This is exactly the opposite of what supposedly Labor does. Labor is attacking older Australians. We're backing older Australians.